What's up, everybody? Welcome to Marriage Unmasked. This is me, your host Henry, and my beautiful mm, co-host, my wife Sherelle.
Hey, what's going on?
What's going on, everybody? We are excited to be here on this wonderful Monday, coming to you again.
Mm-hmm.
Um, mm, I can't even focus right now. Ooh,
Lord, he is so silly.
I'm. Let me let me stay focused, y'all. Anyway, what do we have going on today, babe? What's up with the topic today?
So our topic today is slide into them DMs. Why are you
Uh,
laughing?
I'm excited because I know. Just go ahead. Just go ahead.
Okay, so this is why we're coming up with this topic. So we were in church the other night, and the preacher referenced how people be doing what they're not supposed to do and like sliding into people's DMs,
Mm-hmm.
right? So it was funny because Henry looked at me and was like, it worked out for us. And when I thought about it, I was like, there's a stigma around sliding into DMs, and it's like a negative stigma around it, but it's not always negative.
Yeah.
Actually, in 2023, a lot of couples are meeting online and getting married and starting families. And probably for at least the last 10 years, it has become very popular for people to meet online. And so it has this negative uh,
Connotation to it.
connotation around it. However, I think there's a very positive side to it. So I thought it would be a good topic for us to kind of tackle.
Oh yeah, that's real good.
Hmm.
Um, Definitely, I agree. You said something that's like people are meeting online.
Hmm.
Meeting. Not only that, but that's normal. Before, back in like the '90s with AOL and the dial-up internet, it was like stay off the internet.
You
Don't.
don't know who you're gonna meet.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. But now it's like maybe we should try dating online or an app or something like that.
Hmm.
Like I said, I told Shred it worked out for us because when I was rolling, I stumbled on her page and I was like, "Whoa, who is this?" Mhm. And I definitely slid into her DM
Hmm.
and started asking questions. I mean, that's the only way you're gonna find out who somebody is.
Hmm.
That's the only way you're gonna get a wife um, or a
Asking
husband.
questions, you mean?
Yeah,
Not sliding into DMs, but
that
asking
that was that
questions.
was the route I took.
That was the means, okay, of
Yeah,
communication.
for you.
Hmm.
I didn't know I couldn't meet you like anywhere else. I just I don't know.
I think so. Here's the thing. So I think like a lot of couples are really meeting on websites nowadays, whether it be dating apps or social media.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I think that we have to stop talking about it in like a negative way. Cause I remember like when we first started dating, and even when we first got married, when people would ask how y'all met, and it would almost be like embarrassing, like Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? But I was just like, we met on Facebook, but before I do remember having kind of a feeling like, oh God, we gotta say we met online,
Yeah, you didn't want to be what, catfish or like in the beginning.
I didn't want to be catfished when we were talking, but I'm saying like even just telling people how we met
Oh, okay, I got you.
was like kind of embarrassing. Whereas
Yeah,
it's well at first, yeah, like I didn't like saying we met on Facebook.
it wasn't embarrassing to me.
Well, that's great. But I'm just saying for me it was. And I think that it's because there's this stereotype around people who meet
Mm.
online.
I think you don't think it was because of like where your career was going and at the time and what you were doing, and then be like, I met him online. You don't think it was that?
No, I
Oh,
think it
okay.
was just in general that we met online. It was just kind of like something that was kind of cliche, I guess. Like, what? You met him
Mm,
online. But I feel like now I would think that it's not negative because more people are meeting that way.
mm-hmm.
But it's still like to hear it kind of thrown out there. like at a church service, like it was a negative thing, it was kind of like,
Yeah.
people still look at that in a negative way. I guess that was kind of, and I know there is a negative part to it, right? So I'm sure what she was referring to was people sliding into DMs that shouldn't be, like they're married or they're in the relationship, and then I'm
Hmm.
sure, but it's like still, that's not what she said. It was just like a period, like you shouldn't be sliding into DMs, and it's like I think that we kind of as a culture need to be careful because so many couples are meeting online now, like we don't want to make people feel like that's a bad thing.
It's not like I
Hmm.
think some people they profit off of the negative connotation like Yo Gotti. They go down in the DM like I think people took that and just run with it or.
Hmm.
But like you said, love is there. It was there for us.
Like there's a space for finding your
Mm,
person online. And especially, I mean, come on, I don't even know if this is the computer era, it might be beyond that, but we're definitely in a technology era where more people are in the house, more people are working online, doing things online, not going out as much, especially after COVID. Like some people still haven't gotten comfortable even being in crowds again. So their majority of their social interactions are online.
mm.
So where else are you going to find someone if that's where you are in your life if you're not there and you're not searching on the internet?
You won't honestly
Right. I mean, so I think that we just have to start talking about it more maybe because I think we talk about it, but
talk about it.
we don't it's not like a like if someone asks, we talk about it. We don't really talk about like, yeah, we met on Facebook.
Only if it comes only when it's asking like
Right.
how'd you guys meet or our story. But some people like, oh,
So how did
okay.
you feel? Like, did you feel kind of creepy, like a guy reaching out to me on the internet, on like Facebook?
Um, a little bit because it was like
Mm.
my first time like really reaching out on like a social media platform. Cause
To like a woman?
yeah,
Oh,
like cause to you when I saw a few of your photos, I was like really intrigued and I was like, yo, who is this? And then when I sent you that message and when you responded back, whether it be a day, a couple weeks later, or days later, I was like, you responded. I got a shot. Like that's how I felt.
okay.
Like if you give me like an inch, I was like, oh yeah, I'm about to lock it down. I'm I'm finna get her.
Wow.
It was a challenge for me, and it was a challenge that I wanted to win. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Okay. I feel like that's interesting though because you said even though it might have taken me a minute to respond, like even when I responded though, I didn't respond in a way like I was interested.
True. But to me, you gave me a response.
Period.
Yeah. Whether it was generic or what. And I was like, to me as a man, like you looking like, yo, she responded to your DM?
That's
Like
interesting. That's interesting.
I was like, no.
So that makes me feel like, I don't know, like it makes me feel like maybe that's why there's this like negative stigma around it because like almost like as a woman, I know I used to not even like respond to nobody that would send me a message. So what happened was at the time that it was like you literally hit me at the opportune time. At the time when you had sent me that message, I had like been going through not responding, but then I knew I had a lot of things going on. So I was like, well, let me at least direct people to my website. Like if I don't want to like ignore people because I do want people to know what I'm doing, right? And I want them to follow me. So I had this generic message that I was literally copy and paste. It was like on my desktop. And anytime I would get a message, I would be sending them out like in batches, like just like responding to
Wow, you
people.
want a lot of attention.
Well, not necessarily like the type of
I'm
attention that,
joking,
oh, I'm
but
like just all types of like questions about like the shows I was doing or if I could. So I always had like a way to like guide people to my website, book me from there. Like that was my thing. So when you just happened to come in right when I had set that plan in motion, like, oh, you know what? Can't be ignoring folk. Can't keep up with all these messages. So let me send this out. If they respond with like, yes, I'm trying to book you, or yes, when is this event? I'll then respond. But
okay.
you responded in a way that was like, what did you say? I can't remember. Oh, that's how so Henry's slick. Henry responded like, yeah, I'm a photographer. So right away that first sentence got me intrigued because I'm like, oh, I do events. He's a photographer. Free photography. Right? So that's what I was
See, she
thinking.
was looking for the free 99.
I was looking for or at least a discount. I'm like, he's scrolling in my DMs. He must see something he like. Let me see how can you leverage this relationship.
Leverage? You?
Leverage. Not
Mm-mm.
use, leverage for sure though. And yeah, I got
That's a
leveraged.
professional way of saying
I
you.
got leveraged.
Absolutely. Go ahead, finish your story.
So pretty much. So anyways, the point being, so ladies, be careful with even your generic messages because you never know what people's real intentions are.
I mean, I think I explained that to you when we started developing an online relationship, like what my intentions were. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know, but I'm just saying initially it seemed like, oh yeah, I'm a photographer. It wasn't like you was trying to holler initially. And then you took 10 years to meet me, so that was also weird.
That's a whole nother episode about taking your time because I wanted because after I got through that like glass tape, that red tape,
Glass
not
tape.
the red tape.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, okay, if it's serious, let me take my time to see if it's really, really serious. Because I didn't want to mess it up. If I knew I had her attention and I was like, if she's paying attention to me, she's looking for me, I don't want to mess it up. Because as men, we have a habit of messing things up.
By habits? Jeez.
Yeah, a lot of
So
men.
you're a habitual messer things upper.
That's not funny.
You said it.
I'm just saying, like, as a man, I didn't want to mess it up. I
Hmm.
wanted to do right by whatever this was. I wanted to do right by you.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And what I was seeing from you was like qualities that I wanted in a wife, and I was like, all right, if these qualities are here and they're genuine, I got to make sure that I'm prepared on my end as well. So if I do take that step, like we ready to hit it off, no issues.
Hmm. Well, I think that's interesting, right? So like you were like, look, I'm gonna just shoot my shot. But you weren't like super direct about it. And I
Mm-hmm.
think that's kind of what caught me off guard. So I wonder how like and I don't have a lot of experiences with the DMs because
Deanna.
I wasn't like I honestly I can't even remember one other time that I like met somebody online like that. Because I was out and about, so I was meeting people the regular way. So I can't remember a time where like I like started dating someone offline. So I'm very interested to hear other people's stories because I feel like we've run into quite a few people who have met online, started dating online.
We've heard people like not MySpace, but like they'll say Black Planet,
I've heard Black Planet.
Black.com,
Hmm.
Plenty of
I
Fish.
heard MySpace, definitely like the dating sites. I know, remember for a long time, Match.com.
Mm.
And a lot of people actually met and got married and have families off of Match.com. Um, and it used to be super like weird, right? For people to say like, really you met on Match or really you met on Facebook or
Check this out. I don't even know why people say stuff like that because people love Married at First Sight.
mm,
What's that show with the Love
Love
Is
is
Blind?
Blind.
Like the world thrives off of stuff that like that. Like, oh my God, you can really find true love. You can, like,
No.
but
I honestly feel like the internet just opens the like makes the world a little smaller.
mm,
So like it's interesting that you say we wouldn't have met. But I think we would have because I feel like we were destined to meet one. But like it's weird, it's interesting how we knew each other's families.
mm,
You know what I mean? Like I knew your brother I don't know, years before I met you, and I I feel like I even had like information on your family through him. I had seen you in a picture, but we met.
tell her you gotta tell them what you said about that picture.
Did your brother show me? I didn't say anything.
You was like, he's cute.
Oh my God. I don't remember saying that. And I don't
You
know why
told
you remember.
you because
He
you told me
remembers,
that.
but I don't remember saying that. I really
Wow.
don't. Because I felt you couldn't even really see. I might have said like he's cute just to like get the picture out of my face. Like, oh, he's cute. But I didn't really look at you like
Sure,
that.
why are you trying to play me like
I'm
that?
not trying to play you. I promise you. I just literally didn't look at the picture like that. Because, like, how somebody comes back and they're showing you their family pictures. You don't even know these people. And you're like, oh, nice. Or, like, oh, cute baby. But, like, I'm not, like, I didn't look. I literally, I'll tell you what I remember about that picture the blue shirt. Like a blue button up. You had that shirt for a long time. Even when we met, you had that shirt. I don't know where it's at no more. I don't think you can fit it, but
I can't fit it. I was like $160 wearing that shit.
okay. Well, either way, he had on this blue shirt. And that's the only thing I don't even remember really seeing your face. Because it was by the way, this wasn't like this was what 11, 12 years ago. Wow, what has it been 12 years? Because if we've been married for 9, 10, 11, so 11 years ago. No, no, it was even before we met. So
Because I was still in Florida.
15 years ago. I don't even know how long it was. A long time ago. So we didn't have like iPhone cameras. He had took pictures with
iPhones
like a
cameras was out there. They
he
were
didn't have. So
oh
he
yeah.
had taken pictures with like a Polaroid, got them developed, and it was like grainy. Like I'm looking at the picture,
They
like
were like Kodak
you got
joints.
like a Kodak camera. So it was like the actual picture, and it was like dark and grainy. It was at night. All I saw was this dark dude with a blue button-up shirt.
Dark dude with a blue button up
That's
shirt.
what I saw. Like the picture was so dark and grainy. It wasn't like so. I might have said like, "Oh, he's cute."
She saw her husband. That's what she saw.
Didn't did not
Didn't even know.
didn't even think for a
That's
second.
why when I hit in that DM,
Didn't even like cross my
I was
mind.
like, yes.
And I definitely wasn't thinking about husbands back then. Mm-mm. Anyway, so what I did now, here's where I will be admit when he actually friend requested me on Facebook. When I saw his picture, I did think, oh, he's gonna marry me. I don't know why. It was something about something, and that literally just went through my mind. But then it was like, whatever, and it went away. It wasn't like something I like thought about for a long time. But when he messaged me again, still didn't even think about it. Sent him my generic like. When he returned my message, and I was like, hmm. And that's when I started looking through his pictures. Like, who is this guy?
Mm-hmm.
Why is he sending me messages? Why did I think he was gonna marry me?
Mm.
15 years later.
Here we are.
So it's just interesting. Like I feel like this conversation needs to be had because look at us now, right?
Mm.
Like we're happily married. We have businesses together. We have two beautiful children. Like we have goals and we're promoting healthy marriages, like,
Yep, yep.
so it's like all these things that grew out of the
Hello.
DM.
No, they grew out of a hello, hello. Was that Ron Isley? Hello, hello. Oh,
Henry's so old. I don't know what
I'm not so old.
generation of music he's talking about right now. But it's just funny because literally would have never thought.
Hmm.
Would have never thought. And was literally embarrassed that that was how we met for a very long time. Like to
Mm.
tell people. It was like, yeah, we met on
So,
Facebook.
like, I think I want to throw something out there, right? For
Hmm.
everybody who listens to the podcast, I think you should do, I don't think, I want you to do a challenge with your spouse. I want you to record yourself by yourself and tell the story of how you met your spouse. That's really not funny.
It is funny.
Like,
I'm
and
listening.
then when you're done, allow your partner to tell their story on camera, and then y'all watch together and just see what happens and see how the story is told.
See how they're different.
Yeah,
That's
we had
that's the key
we had that experience over the
over
past
the
weekend.
weekend. But I feel like our story is different too. Like the way like how you just said, I said you were cute. That's inaccurate.
It was not inaccurate. That was the truth.
I don't know why you say that. I don't
That's
ever
what you
remember.
said.
No, I don't
I
remember
know that's what
saying
you said because
that.
that's what you told me. You said,
You think that in your I think in your mind you wanted me to say that, so you've put that in your mind.
"No idea. What's wrong? What's wrong with you saying I'm cute?
There's nothing wrong with it if I
So why
actually
can't
said
you
it.
just be
Make
honest and be like, I
make it
said
up
it?
that I said
I'm
that.
not.
I didn't say it.
No, no, no. You didn't make it up. You said it.
I said it when we met on Facebook. I didn't say it to the picture that your brother showed me.
I'm not. I'm not finna go there with you. I ain't finna
I don't
argue.
think it's a good idea for you to go there with me
You
because
know what? Let's go there. Since it's not a good idea, let's go
no,
there.
it's really not a good idea for you to even go there because I know the truth because I was there, you weren't. And I remember the picture distinctly, and I can't even barely see your face. I don't know how I would have said you were cute if I couldn't even barely see your face.
Now you can't barely see my
It
face.
was at
But you
night.
remember that blue shirt I had
It
on?
was a bright, that was the biggest thing in the picture, the bright blue
I had that
shirt.
Colgate smile. You couldn't.
I don't even remember if you were smiling.
Yeah.
It was a bright blue shirt. That was the brightest thing in the picture.
Sherelle, you got man. But it's all good.
I need you to pick a generation because you just went from Ron Isley to saying you capping, which is also a word we don't even really use. So where we at?
I
Where we
can
at? Where
use
we at?
whatever vocabulary I like to use.
Anyways, so sliding into the DMs is not always negative. Sliding into the DMs can bring about very positive
Mm-hmm.
relationships. And they're not always somebody cheating. It's not always somebody like just trying to get into somebody's bed.
Yep.
I think that there are people who genuinely are intrigued by other people because of what they're putting out there and they just want to get to know them better. And from that can develop happy long relationships.
Absolutely.
And I think that we need to start talking about that so that we take away the stigma of, oh, you met online? Like nowadays, the younger generation under us, like, they don't even give out phone numbers anymore. They give out
Yeah, they'd be like, "What's your handle? Your Instagram handle?"
handles.
Like that's how you communicate. But you know what?
I mean, like,
It's good.
are long the days of falling asleep on the phone to the person that you like? Like, remember those days when you would like be on the phone, like, you up, yeah, I'm up.
Calling that
You
chat
know
line.
what I mean? Like, do you remember? Like, these kids don't even know each other's phone numbers, which is strange because it's like the day of unlimited data.
Well,
Remember when it was only like 200 minutes a month
no,
or
no, no.
something
The free
crazy?
after
Free
7.
after 9 and on the
Then it went to
weekends
7.
and on the weekends. So, like, you were excited to get to make a phone call like we was in jail or something. Like when you get your phone time, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
And
that
like,
was real back then.
and now these kids don't even appreciate the unlimited data. Go call a person, get to know them. What's all this
They don't appreciate the chat line
texting?
days either.
The chat line days. Yo, people met in the chat rooms and
That was really
got
like
married
that
and
was really
have
social media back then.
families. Yes, the chat.
Hey, how you doing? This is
The chat.
this is Brownstone, you know, Six
But not
Street
even
Brown.
those do the chats, the like online chats where you just literally like text each other or wrote each other, not text, but those two, you would have like one picture of yourself, the best picture you could find in your computer. You know what I mean? Like, but people met that way and literally are still married and have relationships. So I feel like it's been long enough. Like it's time to get rid of the stigma of sliding into the DMs because it's not always a bad thing. And I feel like all the people that met online stand up. Like, let's talk
Yeah,
about
you
it.
said other people online stand met online
No, you know
stand
what I
up.
mean? Like, let's like because it's kind of annoying when I'm sitting in church enjoying my worship, and then somebody come for my relationship. Like, yeah, I shouldn't have been sliding DMs. Well, that's how I met my husband.
Actually, you have this from that.
Hmm?
Meaning like they see us from that.
They see us from that. I don't
From
understand.
sliding into your DM. Like they see our marriage from that, which they didn't like. Yeah, I'm referencing what you're saying about like don't come from my marriage. Talking about sliding my DMs. I'm like, yeah, we come from that situation.
Yes, sorry. Oof,
It's okay.
totally lost me. Yes. So it was. So I'm saying like, let's just stop making it a negative thing. That's the that's the whole point of this whole thing. It's not always negative. Are there
Yeah.
negative things? Yes, absolutely, in everything in life. But I feel like it's not I feel like at least at this point it's 50-50.
Mm.
I don't feel like it's the majority of people are in there being just nasty and negative and cheating and all that. I believe at this point it's 50-50. I believe there's a 50% of people who are genuinely out there just trying to meet people and the internet is like the hot spot of right now.
Mm.
And it's like the club. Honestly, because ain't too many people really trying to like at least not our age. I'm not in the club. So
Yeah.
if I'm not in a club, I'm not, it's not a whole bunch of things happening out in the world that I really want to be a part of that don't involve my kids, you know. So it's like, where do I meet a person?
You know what too? Like if you met somebody somewhere crazy that you didn't like, or not that you didn't like, but you didn't like the place where you met them, it don't matter. Be proud of that. That's your place. Make that a memory and then make it a positive memory, right?
Mhm.
I'm like, we first got engaged in Mexico and I proposed to Sherelle. And we met this couple. We were like, where'd you guys meet? And she was like, we met in the club. Like,
I don't
that's,
remember that.
they told us, I remember vividly.
He remembers everything.
He was like, yeah, we met in the club. And I'm like, okay, that's not bad. But she was like, yeah, we went on our honeymoon. What's wrong with that? Y'all met in the club.
Right.
He saw something, you saw something. Now y'all done made a commitment. That's
Mm.
still good. Like if you met your husband at Subway, that's fine.
My dad met his wife at Wendy's.
I mean, you be proud of that. You don't know who you gonna meet and
Right.
where.
That's true. You can meet your person coming out the gas station.
Exactly.
And I think that's the beauty in it, right? Just
Yeah.
everybody's story.
Like, cause you never. Some people do. You never expect what to meet at what particular time.
Who to meet.
Yeah, who to meet, who and what.
Hmm.
But just be proud of that moment because that's your moment, and can't nobody take that from you. Like, can't nobody take from us that sliding that DM.
No, I agree. But I'm just saying, let's take the stigma away from it,
Yeah.
because I definitely believe it's at least 50-50, if not more, people doing good.
Mm.
Because I think, too, I think a lot of people are hip to the, like to the nonsense at this point, right? So like if you sliding in people's DMs trying to be messy and dirty, like, and you gotta be real careful because people is calling people out.
Yo,
Like, look at this married man reposting, like, so
people
honestly,
snapshot your
yeah,
messages,
it's
post them.
probably better for you not.
They'll be like, if I'm single on Valentine's Day, everybody's single.
Yo, they're snapping it, they're posting it, they're sending it to World Star, they're putting it
They
in
don't
your
care.
significant other's DM, like, look what your person just sent me. Like, so it's probably more positive than negative happening because of getting caught out there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
People gonna be
Like,
careful what they put.
yeah, so I think that it's time to change the narrative for sure. It's okay to slide up in them DMs if you're really interested. Like I said, it's like the new club. Cause I mean, think about it. First of all, when people posting
Shorty
on
said
a
the new club.
real though, cause think about it. When you're posting on your social, you're at your best, especially girls. Like we most of the time done beat our face down, put on our best hair, got on a cute at least top, got something super motivational to say about our business and our family and our school and our
Hmm.
degree. It's like this is my online resume. This is the best me. So what do you expect? People are seeing this great version of you, right? And they following you for wanting to know more about that great version of you. If it's a guy and you're posting you're single, sure. Excuse me, miss.
They gonna come.
Yeah, like, hey, and they're probably genuinely interested in like, yo, who is this chick? I want to get to know her better.
Dudes be like sharks. They coming. They smell blood in the water. They coming.
Blood in the water.
It's
I get it. I get it.
it's a
Yeah,
shark
I get
reference.
the chef shark reference. But I'm just saying. So I'm just saying, listen, guys, let's change the narrative
Hmm.
about sliding in the DMs because you might slide onto the altar, as did we.
That's right.
So that's it. That's our time.
We thank y'all for listening, tuning.
Uh-huh. And we want to hear your stories. Do you have a story of how you met your spouse online? We want to know about it. Let's talk about it. Let's chat. Let's change this narrative.
Let us know. Best story gets a free gift card
One, Henry.
on me. I'm here for it.
All right, y'all. Thanks for listening to Marriage Unmastered. We will check you out next week.
Peace.
Bye.